Hello everyone, my name is Darlene. I'm here today to go over some issues I have with the whistleblowing program in the United States. Currently I'm involved in a whistleblowing case that I had turned in back in the early October 2012. I had tripped onto some New Hampshire deeds and among other state deeds indicating that Bank of America, Bain Capital, Mitt Romney, and John Hancock were conducting bank fraud, securities fraud, and tax evasion. I submitted my claim along with all my documents around the beginning of November, late October. I received a confirmation letter from the Department of Treasury January 15, 2013. You may or may not be able to see the document, but I'm going to put it up for you to see. It's probably a little difficult to see. I can't guarantee quality here. But that is the document that I received with the claim number. Then I continued to submit documents to prove my case, and I followed the media regarding the case because I had not heard anything else from the IRS. Mind you, I had also submitted all the information to the Obama administration. I flew to Washington, D.C. twice on my own expense, along with a friend, and as well as that, I tried to see the FBI and the headquarters of the FBI in Washington, D.C., and they closed the doors on me. They did not want to see me, and I had a box full of documents going with me that I tried to turn into them, and for some reason they did not want to open the door to me as well. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm ex-military. I'm a veteran. I served in the U.S. Army. I'm also a nurse. I'm not in the banking industry. I'm not in politics. I'm not involved in any political agenda or any political party. The information that I tripped onto I felt was important to our politics in the United States as well as our security and national defense. I felt that what was going on with the banking system and what I had tripped onto was vital enough to submit to the whistleblowing program, as well as the Obama administration and the FBI for the fraud division of banking fraud. Many people right now, as we all know, are suffering from losing their homes in foreclosure and from the ridiculous fees that were charged with countrywide before selling their mortgages to Bank of America. What I found interesting in the information that I tripped onto was a mass amount of mortgages were being transferred over to other entities, and they were dating October 9th, October 10th, 11th, and 12th, 13th, and so on, until up to the election. Now, mind you, at first I thought, okay, maybe it's just a couple of mortgages they're selling off and exchanging. I'm not really familiar with the mortgage business, but the more and more I fell onto them, it was not just one or two people. And I noticed when I was reviewing the mortgages, some of those mortgages were dated back to 1985, 1986, and they were all being signed the exact same day by the exact same individuals, as if they were moving funds quickly, the mortgages quickly, to hide what they had going on in their banking system. It appeared to me to be undermining and definitely corrupt. So needless to say, I have all the evidence. I have all the emails. I have also everything digitally recorded as well as hard copy. I, even when I was in Washington, D.C., attempted to hand all my documents plus a USB port to Jennifer Cranwell at the Washington Post. This was all done in the month of November. After everything I found, I went there early November to give this to somebody. After I tried the White House, spoke to the Secret Service there, and they did not want to receive my documents. I then went to the FBI, and they did not want to open their doors to me. So my next trip was to the Washington Post. I stayed there 3 days. In the midst of that time, I pretty much had every door slammed in my face. I explained to them who I was, showed them my disabled veterans card, as well as my identification, explaining what I had indicating contribution fraud, indicating mortgage fraud, as well as tax evasion. Needless to say, no one wanted to see me. So I went to the Washington Post. I happened to trip into somebody going to get coffee who was willing to call a reporter down in the Washington Post. I went into the Washington Post building, and she called Jennifer Cranwell. Jennifer Cranwell came downstairs. I explained to her in a brief couple sentences what was going on. I gave her hard copy documents and a USB port with the deeds that I had found, and she was willing to take those, and she said she would get back to me. She took my information down. I took her information down. Needless to say, after that conversation, I have not heard from her, nor has the information that I submitted to her been posted in any newspaper or any news channel. I have witnessed, though, multiple articles coming out slowly trickling regarding Bain Capital and regarding Bank of America, also indicating Mitt Romney's taxes and his offshore accounts with the Barclays Bank. Now, the reason for my conversation today in this little brief video is for you to go to my Facebook page. I need to get 150 signatures to be heard on the White House petition board. Now, in order to get on the White House petition board, I need to find 150 independent signatures on my own. So I'm asking people today to please go to Facebook and look for Darlene, D-A-R-L-I-N-E, Spencer, S-P-E-N-C-E-R. And when you go to my site, you will see multiple petitions, but one in particular is the whistleblowing investigation. I have reason to believe that citizens like myself who come forward, who are not in a company, nor do they have a lawyer or can they afford a lawyer, are not being protected. We submit our information. If we're lucky, we get a receipt from that information, and we're held in the dark while they do their investigations. Now, the problem that I'm having is I just received a letter on Friday, March 15th, and I'm going to read this letter to you. And it states, Dear Darlene Spencer, we have considered your application for an award dated 11/9/2012 under Internal Revenue Code Section 7623. An award may be paid only if the information provided results in the collection of additional taxes, penalties, interest, or other proceeds. In this case, the information you provided did not result in the collection of any proceeds. Therefore, you are not eligible for an award. Reference number is on my document, as well as reference to Mitt Romney, Bank of America, John Hancock, and Bilderberg. Now, the documents I found were not just only the New Hampshire deeds and registry. It also had death certificates, multiple death certificates of one individual with different dates. I found a lot of questionable activity on the registry. And as I dug further, I found bank accounts linking Bank of America, Barclays Bank, as well as numerous other banks, leading up to the Bilderberg organization, as well as Bank of America and numerous other banks, including HSBC. Now, we all know what's going on with HSBC, but we also do know there's a lot going on with the BlackRock organization, and Blackstone, which represent Romney contributions. To keep a long story short, sorry, not used to being videotaped, I have reason to believe they're squashing my whistleblowing complaint so that they don't have to pay me. I have sent thousands of documents electronically, FedExed, faxed to the Obama administration, also to the FBI and the IRS since October. I am sure that I am not the only victim of this out there. I'm positive because I've done the research myself, and I've found multiple whistleblowing victims who have not been given the credit they do deserve and who have been harmed from this, as I have. I've had things happen, people follow me. A good reason to believe that I have to be very cautious right now. in everything I'm doing. That's another reason why I'm recording this, so that I have some record somewhere